live. My site is listed on the screen, maryamyofficial.com. As an intuitive wisdom coach and empath, I'm ultra-sensitive and capable of understanding and knowing your spirit. I've joined forces with the 4 elements of nature to be in the flow. Let's begin to transition bad luck and bad karma with goodness. Angels are celestial beings performing acts of goodness for humanity. I hope to bring us together in a peaceful way of life. On today's show, we have topics, a weekly quote, we have a visualization, we have a guest, Astraya, founder of Sistars of Light, a Divine Feminine Priestess Institute. We have products and helpful tips. Oh, and some angel facts. I'd like to start with a prayer. A prayer is a request for help, forgiveness, or thanks with hope and wishes, spoken in silent or aloud. I am asking the universe, God, a higher power, to please give protection, strength, love, and hope to my community, New York State, USA, and all the people, human beings in the countries facing these harsh times. Anyone alone, scared, I want to send my blessings and my heart to you, and I'm so sorry for your pain and suffering. Okay, let's do a visualization. A visualization equals a peaceful, calm feeling. It's a mind-body experience. You move past anxiety, change, and alter energetic vibration to a higher frequency. Let's sit in a comfortable position. Let's relax our body. I want you to close your eyes. And let's breathe. We'll do 3 breaths. Inhale and exhale. I'd like you to release tension from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. We are going to create a beautiful go-to nature scene that you choose. One thought can change everything. Maybe it's a waterfall, a beach, a field of flowers, a snowy mountain, a brook, an apple tree, a reflection of sunlight on a body of water, a rainbow. I'd like you to pick a nature scene that resonates with you. See the vivid colors, smell the air, using all of your senses, your sight, your hearing, what you feel, what you can touch. Now, your nature scene should bring you joy. So when you think of that beach or the field of flowers or whatever it is, I want you to feel joy. I'd hope you would feel joy because this nature scene will help you feel less stressed, upset, and overwhelmed, and if you have fear. I'd like you to open your eyes. I'd like you to visualize your nature scene whenever you're feeling upset or stressed, so you go to it. Now, when I started doing this, I had to close my eyes, and after a while of practicing a few times a day, for a few seconds, a minute, I was able to visualize it when my eyes were open. So if I was in a situation that was upsetting, I would visualize my field of flowers, which would change all the energy around me. And if you're in a situation with someone, they can feel it. All of a sudden, they move. You don't tell anyone that you're doing it. It's coping. It's to help cope. It's actually to bring you into a better place. It's configuring your brain and changing your emotions and bringing joy to you whenever you feel like it. So I'd like you to practice this a few times a day. We have a caller, and let's see, she just called 3 times, but I could not pick it up because I didn't want to interrupt the visualization. So let's see. It's her name's Marie, and she's coming from New York. Come on, Marie, call me. Here she is. Hello, Marie. Hi. So you're coming from New York, Marie?
Yes, I'm coming from New York, and I just want to say thank you. I'm happy to.
Okay, let's see. So I received, what I'm sensing from you is, it's funny, I saw a goldfish. I don't know what that means. A lone goldfish. And I think actually goldfish are good luck. Let me just go forward. So what did I initially receive? I received that you are someone who has an abundance of information and energy. You have a very strong, firm foundation. Let's see.
That's all correct so far.
Okay. I get that you are, let me just see, sorry. I was getting nature. I get that, that you have a spirit that's very connected to nature. Let me think, hold on. I'm not thinking, I'm sensing. Let's see. Okay, I sense that you have a joy for life, and there's a very strong thickness about you. And what I mean by that is, I mean that you are somebody that is, you can be somebody that has very, very strong boundaries. So you have this enormous amount of energy and, well, I want to say strength. Not even, you have energy, but you have enormous amount of strength. And if you want, you have a way of putting up your fists, and you're blocking off people or anything that's coming at you. You're good at doing that. Do you have a question for me, past, present, or future?
Yeah, in the past, I think I'm not staring at the past, but meaning I don't get obsessed with it, but there are things that have happened in the past that come up, and I find it difficult to get, no pun intended, to get past it.
Okay, so I right away sensed, first of all, there's a sense of urgency to you, because the fact that you're saying this to me, and it's public, you have a lot of pain, and it's actually up to your throat right now, because I can sense that if you got triggered, it could actually pour out of you, which would not be a bad thing. Look, there's things in our pasts that we want to remember, and then there's things in our past that we don't want to remember. What I tend to do is, rather than dwell in anything too negative, if I'm ready to let go, and it's all about when you're ready to let go, and it's all our choice. It's no one else's choice when we let go. So if you're ready to let go, then there's ways of letting go of some of this. And it might be through journaling. You write it down. You don't share it with anyone. You don't worry about you take a little notebook and you write down all your feelings. It's very cathartic. You can go down to a body of water and you can cry it out or scream it out and send it out to the universe. And the next day you might be weeping and you won't know why. And it's because you've released it from your body. Now, if it's something from your past that you're trying to reconcile, or that you do not want to let go because you're working on things,
that's actually spot on. Okay. It's a difficult role. It almost feels like it's a different person, because I've always been in the taking care of everyone else role.
okay, so maybe it's time for you to take care of yourself. And that's maybe why I got the sense that you had a lot of wall blocks, you could block yourself because you were protecting yourself from being vulnerable. And you might want to take a time out in for yourself. And so what I mean by that is, I mean that you give yourself permission to not be okay and to kind of go off and look, we don't owe anybody explanations. If someone asks you something, you are not required as an adult to give an explanation. If it's related to your feelings.
Thank you for saying that.
If it's related to your feelings, yes, because we have to survive.
That's very helpful. That's very helpful. Human etiquette. I really appreciate that. I just wrote that down. That's so helpful. Thank you.
Okay. Wait, let me go back because your original question was, let's go back to your original question, past, present, or future.
Well, first it's the past that I have difficulty.
Now, it's not, you don't have to tell me, but if you are ready to let go, like I said, you can journal, you can go out to the body of water and let it go. And what I do is, if it's something that I'm ready to let go of, and it caused me pain, and sometimes that's becomes part of our personality and how we deal with life. We kind of, we have on top of us all these experiences that make up who we are. But if you would like to kind of take some of that off of you because maybe it's negative, maybe it's harming you, you can just go to that experience and just remember one or two positive aspects of it, and then let every bit of it go. I've been in relationships with people, and family or friends or work people, and maybe it wasn't a particularly good experience for me. Rather than me say that person or this situation was horrible, I say, what did I get out of it? What was valuable to me? Because every single person that we come in contact with is a lesson, or it's someone that we keep in our life forever.
Wow. Okay. So what you're saying is that it's very, very meaningful what you just said. So maybe part of the fear is when you let something go, you feel like, I don't want to start crying now, but you feel like a part of you is dying because you've been holding on to something that almost feels tangible because you're holding it. So that fear of letting it go.
Right.
So that's helpful. So you're saying instead of just letting it go, hold on to something positive about it.
Exactly. And you know what? Maybe you're ready to release whatever it is. And when we let go of something that's taking up part of us in our mind, body, spirit, then we're making room for something else to come in. And that can be a block in our life. And it can block our relationships. It can block our own hearts. It can block our spirit and our mind and from moving forward. So when you let go, you think, it's okay to mourn it too. You're allowed to mourn it, and however long it takes for you to mourn it. I have to let you go. I thank you so much for calling. I have our guest caller. I hope you tune in and watch the rest of the show, Marie, and best to you. And I hope that the future brings you happiness, light, and blessings to you.
Thank you so much. Keep going and help more people. You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks. Bye-bye, Marie. Okay, so our guest today is Astraya. She's an angelic priestess, divine feminine mentor and medicine channel. She is the founder of Sistars of Light, a divine. I should make sure that she does not have her computer on. Turn off your computer. Okay, turn off computer. Only phone. Okay. She empowers women to embrace their wings and reclaim their souls. And she is a midwife and oracle for guiding the resurrection of the golden age. So let's find our guest. Let's see. Where is she? Oh no, wait, where is she? Where's our guest? There she is. Hi. Hi,
Mary.
Hi.
Mary.
Okay, can you turn up your volume? I can barely hear you.
How's this?
I think so. I think that's pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. So welcome to us. You're coming from Bermuda?
I am, yes.
And I saw that you're calling out to all light workers, visionaries, healers, and mystics.
Yes, that is my
So for some reason, I'm like I just want to make sure that the sound is okay. Let's see. So anyway, I met you back in 2011 when I was doing a different project, and I want to hear what's happened since then with your retreats. How have they evolved?
Okay. In Peru.
Okay. It goes in and out. You're the first guest live, so we have to work through this. People have to be patient. So it's funny because when you went forward, I heard it and then I didn't hear it.
I could get my earphones.
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. Let's just try this.
Thank you everyone for understanding. This is technology. I wanted to have people live, so it's worth it. So Astraya actually does retreats in Peru, and she's all about women empowerment. She stands as heaven and earth bridge that guides a rites of passage and sisterhood of light, rooted in co-creating a harmonic and unified golden crystalline earth and era.
Okay, how's this?
That is a million times better.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
I can, yeah. I can hear you great.
Perfect. So
Okay.
let's go back. So I met you in 2011 and you were telling me about the retreats that you did. So what is all that about? What are your retreats all about?
Okay. So most of my offerings. I'm getting a feedback here. Sorry. Try this. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of feedback. I'm hearing myself.
Oh no.
Let's see.
It's because yeah.
Let me just try something else here.
Sacred
Sacred technology.
Sure.
Sacred technology. See. Okay. So most of my retreats, I'm calling women to come to the forefront of their temple body. And what that means is that we are calling visionaries, star seeds, oracles, midwives, yoga teachers, spiritual women who are feeling a burning desire to step into their soul purpose and be in service to something bigger than themselves. And so what I'm really feeling into right now is a planetary heart leadership. And
Wow.
so what that simply means is that women right now on the planet are rising. Gaia is resurrecting. She's chosen to ascend. And she's chosen to wake up humanity from the deep sleep. And so a lot of people I'm witnessing and seeing, especially within women, And I also want to speak on men right here because I don't want to exclude them.
Because I don't want to exclude them.
It's really, really important that
men
also feel seen
and
held
held
when women rise.
when women rise.
And so there's no such thing as duality.
There's no such thing as duality here.
It's non-dual.
It's non-dual.
I'm just specifically speaking to
women
because women have been what my life purpose has evolved into. And so when I speak on the resurrection of
the golden age,
it just means this unity consciousness that is being completely showered upon earth right now. It's so much more bigger than us. It's bigger on the level where we're retracing our ancestors' healing. We're honoring our ancestors. We're honoring other families that are not earthbound, that are helping us ascend, that are helping us right now, especially at this time.
You're very emotional about this, and I know it's so close to your heart. And I know it's funny because I've kind of covered that a bit, because what I do is I'm really trying to help and heal, and whatever that means. And sometimes, and to me, it's a serious thing, and I'm doing that in my way, and it's and I can see that you're doing this in your way. Let's go back to what you said. You talked about the seeds, and you talked about the women. How is this every woman you're saying that are come together? Are there specific women? Is this a leadership, or is this all women that are rising?
I don't like to separate. Because this is another piece of us rising. To steer away from a right or wrong mentality.
Right.
We're all born with these hidden gifts, with these hidden potential. And the moment that we separate and say you don't have a gift, we come back to this contracted space. And we're here to rise, we're here to expand. And that means calling all women to the highest, brightest light that they are here to shine. And whether you are activated in your spiritual awakening or not, I welcome all women. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, what are ancient priestess lineages?
Mm-hmm. So
what does that mean?
So
every woman on the planet has an
ancestral line.
She has an ancestral timeline, and there are multiple timelines. And when I talk about timelines, all I'm talking about is just different realities in different ages of our world that we have lived and we have evolved from. So a priestess lineage can go across all cultures, across all religions. Again, I don't like to separate at all, because we each have something to offer and something to share. You know, and it's all about love. And priestesses of our time, the word priestess carries a very high vibrational frequency. Because women who have stepped into priestesshood are serving something greater. For their villages, for their communities, for their sisterhood, for their empires. And women who are feeling this call right now, I'm also aware that there can be a little bit of intimidation by that word.
Mm-hmm.
And I ask every woman to pause
and just sit with that.
Like, what is that emotion that's coming up in you when you hear the word priestess? Because it does carry a very, very powerful frequency. And every woman I know that I've come into contact with, when they hear that word, there's a moment of freeze, there's a moment of pause, because they feel that power within them.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I agree with you.
Yeah,
What-
we each have this calling.
Yeah, we each have this calling.
And my
What
purpose,
is
My purpose.
that is
what's your
beyond me,
purpose? I want to hear this now. What's your purpose?
and my purpose beyond is
And my
beyond
purpose
me.
beyond
It's beyond my
me.
identity. It's beyond my
It's
name.
beyond my
It's
identity. It's
about
beyond my
my
name.
ancestral
It's
timeline.
about
And
my
what I'm here
ancestral
to bring
timeline. And what
forth
I'm here to bring forth
is to activate that
is
soul
to
angelic
activate that
remembrance.
soul angelic remembrance.
They're like light codes.
They're like light codes.
And it's a blueprint, it's a fingerprint.
And it's
Every
a
woman
blueprint,
has
it's
a unique
fingerprint.
fingerprint.
Every woman has a unique fingerprint.
And I know I'm here to help
And I know
activate
I'm
that.
here to help activate that.
And that simply means I'm holding space
And that
from the
simply
most
means I'm
highest
holding
divine
space
love.
from the most highest divine love.
Through my lineages, speaking to
Through
your
my
lineages,
lineages, speaking to your lineages,
and then we're coming together
and then we're coming together
to really lift that up
to really lift that up
and be in service to this
and be
great
in
awakening
service
that
to
we're
this
seeing
great awakening that we're seeing
right now.
right now.
Thank you for actually participating in this awakening that we are having as men and women. I wanted to ask you, what is the meeting at the Sacred Heart Rose? What is that? What is the Sacred Heart Rose?
So the Sacred Heart Rose.
So the Sacred Heart
very
Rose,
powerful. Thank you for
very
asking this
powerful.
question.
Thank you for asking this question.
The Sacred Heart Rose actually
The
connects
Sacred
to a
Heart
very
Rose actually connects to a
holy
very
lineage.
holy lineage.
And this lineage is under the
And this
name of Mary
lineage is under
Magdalene.
the name of Mary Magdalene.
She carries the rose code.
She carries the rose codes.
And the rose codes about
And the rose
really
codes
bringing
about
this
really
true divine
bringing
love
this true divine love
that is embedded in compassion.
that is embedded in compassion.
That is embedded in sacred
That
sexuality.
is embedded in sacred sexuality.
That is embedded in forgiveness.
That is embedded in forgiveness.
That is embedded in sacred
That is
fertility.
embedded in sacred fertility.
And amongst
And
all of that
amongst
is
all of
reverence
that
for the feminine,
reverence for the feminine.
honor for the feminine, respect for the feminine. So it's a vibration that Mary Magdalene is
bringing forth to
women in particular right now.
women
She's
in
also
particular
working with
right
men.
now. She's also working with men.
She's an incredible queen of
She's an
initiation
incredible
for men.
queen of initiation for men.
So again, I'm speaking to men also
So again,
here.
I'm speaking to men also here.
And she also
And
is
she
the
also
beloved wife
is the
of
beloved
Yeshua,
wife
which is
of
Jesus.
Yeshua, which is Jesus.
And this is about Christ
And this is
consciousness.
about Christ consciousness.
And we all have that Christ
And we
consciousness
all
within.
have that Christ consciousness within.
If you go back to the true teachings of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, they will never
Yeshua and
ever
Mary Magdalene, they will
teach
never
to
ever
give your power away
teach to give your power away.
or to seek
Or
outside
to
of
seek
yourself to be saved.
outside of yourself to be saved.
They're actually inviting you to
They're actually inviting you
hold
to
your own Christ
hold
self.
your own Christ
Meet
self.
your own Christ self.
Meet your own Christ self.
And with that, we have to do the deep
And with
inner
that, we
work,
have to do the deep inner work.
which is why I call it a rites of
And which
passage,
is why I
you're
call it a
going on a
rites of
deep
passage,
inner
because you're
journey.
going on a deep inner journey.
And it's an initiation.
And it's an initiation.
I feel a lot of yin and yang with what you do.
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So how would you suggest for us to learn, because I'd love to learn how to awaken divine gifts? How can you make a suggestion or start someone on their journey of awakening their divine gifts? What would they do?
This is beautiful. Thank you for asking.
This is beautiful. Thank you for asking.
So
And
my approach, number one is meditation.
meditation.
Meditation is huge
Meditation is huge
because it allows us to see
to
ourselves
witness and see ourselves
and to hold space for ourselves.
and to hold space for ourselves.
One of the pieces that I teach
One of the pieces that I teach
is group sisterhood.
is group sisterhood.
Because when we come together in a group,
Because when we come together in a group,
we heighten the ability to feel
heighten
seen,
the ability to feel seen,
to feel held,
to feel held,
to feel supported,
to feel supported,
to feel celebrated,
to feel celebrated,
and to be empowered.
and to be empowered.
Empowerment's everything.
Empowerment's everything.
And we can
raise
our vibration in
because
we create a sacred container.
Because we create a sacred container
with an intentional.
And
I like to use light codes.
With that.
From these ancestral enlightened beings. To anoint the space. So you're not only being held. In a sisterhood of your beloved sisters to your left and your right. You're being held high and below. Like every angle is held for you. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so people can find their divine gifts through meditation, and if they're not with you in Bermuda or on one of your retreats in Peru, can they do this? I know what you're saying because you're sharing your gift of acceptance. That's 100% of what I'm getting from you is that it's all about accepting yourself and who you are and all of your ancestral lineage and being okay, with your authentic self, right?
Yes.
So how on their own, us here watching, how can we do that? Like, you can't hold me right now. So what do you suggest?
Well, I also offer a lot of mentorships. It is important to have a mentor, to reach out and seek support. And there are also things that you can do on your own, like journaling, dancing, and going within to ask yourself those sacred questions. And holding yourself accountable for self-love.
I agree with you because I always say, let's connect to the beautiful glowing light in our hearts. So it's interesting that we both are kind of doing the same thing, but we're doing it in just a different method or technique. But it's very similar. I just spoke about journaling. I totally agree with the journaling. And you know what else I've done recently? If I'm blocked, where I said, I can't feel anything, or I can't cry, or I just can't bring myself, whatever it is, maybe it's anger. I literally take my phone and I do a little self video where I talk to myself, and then I look in my eyes and and then I watch it back. And it's interesting when you watch it back, you kind of connect with yourself in a different way. And it's like you're giving yourself permission to feel what you're feeling. If that makes any sense. Okay, when I've watched you do a tremendous yoga, which I cannot do. I'm fine with the meditation, but I've also seen you dance, sing, and now are you chanting? What is that? And can you demonstrate that for us? What is that you're doing?
So there are many different forms of expression that I channel. And I connect to spirit. And I offer my vessel up as a portal for divine love to flow through me. And so most of the time it really is me. It's just spirit flowing through me. So dance is a prayer form for me. It's mystical ritual.
It's a mystical ritual
where it's like a self-sacrifice.
And
for me, I see my body as the feminine, and I'm offering it up to the Father, to the divine masculine. And then we meet through dance. And we move. And we offer this sacred prayer for humanity, for deeper healing. The same with song. Song is medicine.
It sounds angelic when you do it. Can you just do like even a little bit, or do you have to be?
Sure,
do you have to kind of be in?
Oh,
okay, please.
Like a little song.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Blessed we are to dance on this ground. with the rhythm of saying, to carry the sound. We hold a prayer for the earth, for the ones yet to come. May you walk in beauty and remember your song. Remember why you came. Remember your life is sacred. Remember why you came. Remember your life is sacred.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's beautiful. That's lovely that you can connect. I can't sing. I could never do that. So I'm amazed by that. Wow. This has been a beautiful way to start my day. I'm really glad that we actually are having a connection, because I knew there was something back in 2011, and I want, maybe from time to time, I don't know how free you are, to come on and talk about everything that you do and share with us, because it's not, it's not normal. It's not average, at least where I live. I live in a suburb outside of Manhattan. It's, maybe I'd find someone similar to you in Manhattan, but not in where I live. But thank you so much. Can you tell us about any upcoming, online events or anything that you want to share? And I know we can reach you at Sistars, which I'm going to put on the post, of light.com. Yeah. So what's upcoming for you before you go?
Sure, absolutely. I'm birthing a Priestess Institute right now. And it's a year-long program. And the program involves five initiations that are stargates. And three of them are located all over the world. Beginning in Greece, Hawaii, and then Egypt. And they each reclaim soul code remembrance within you, connecting to your star families, your priestess lineages, and your own individual soul gifts and talents. I also offer an online one-on-one mentorship, which is the Angelic Priestess Mentorship. And this is a high-level mentorship. It's very, very intimate and intense. and very, very personal. So I work with you and your guides and my guides. We come together to really take your gifts to the next level.
I'm going to ask some more about that at another time.
Yeah, and there's one more thing that you all can do right now. I have a group on Facebook called Sisters of Light Star Tribe. And this is an intimate womb-like container. So it acts as a virtual temple. And my intention there is to really magnetize all star seeds or crystalline or rainbow indicos. Anyone who's feeling this call to just feel held and feel safe in a space where they can really express who they truly are. So if you go on to Sisters of Light Star Tribe, you can come and join us. I welcome you there. It'd be an honor to have you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll message afterwards, after I'm done with the show today. And I want to just thank you so much. And I appreciate you getting up so early and joining us. And, I think that everything that the world's going through, that we need many, many people like you with their light and bringing light into the darkness.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Mary. Thank you for hosting this show. And creating this portal, stargate, to bring all of us on and to share.
Anyone you can recommend that's along the lines of this, let me know. So have a wonderful day, and we'll talk later.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
That was enlightening for me. Well, let's get on to some topics. I wanted to tell you about. Oh my goodness! I wanted to tell you about something. Let me find the chart, because now I can bring up a chart if I can get to it. Darn it! Why can't I get to this chart? Maybe it's this way. Here it is. Okay, so what this is called emotional freedom technique, and it's a quick, simple, highly effective treatment. It's tapping the psychological acupressure. It's creating balance in your energy system and releasing stress and healing trauma. So we all can do this. It's highly effective. And what you're doing is you're taking your fingers and you're going to tap 3 times, tap a few times in these different spots on your face and head and arm, and you're going to add an affirmation. So it goes something like this. You're retraining your brain. You're going to say, I love myself, I accept myself. 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 The collarbone, I love myself, I accept myself. I love myself, I accept myself. And it's under the arm over here. I love myself, I accept myself. I love myself, I accept myself. And then the side of the hand, I love myself, I accept myself. I love myself, I accept myself. It's a pick-me-up. And like I said, you're retraining your brain, and it's a way of releasing stress and healing trauma. Let's see. I wanted to talk about something super interesting, which is, where is he? My guy. I can't find him right now. It's not here. Okay, well then we won't talk about him. We will talk about miracles. And we will talk about miracles. A miracle is an extraordinary event not understood or explained by natural or scientific laws. It's attributed to a supernatural being, God, an angel, saint, or spiritual being. An example of a famous miracle took place. Took place in what's called the Miracles of Lourdes. And it was in February 1858. And sorry about that. I don't know why this is still here. See, this is what happens when you don't have a production team. And it was a young French peasant girl, Bernadette, was visited by a maiden with a golden rosary. The apparition of Mary, the Mother of God, told Bernadette, here's Bernadette, told Bernadette to return to the grotto, a small cave. Upon returning, she was instructed to dig in the dirt into a healing spring. And this became the famous Miracle of Lourdes. Thousands of pilgrims have visited the healing spring, and many were cured. The sanctuary of Our Lady of Lourdes site is famous for 67 miracles. Miracles are extraordinary events. I'd like to talk about angel facts quickly before we go today. Angels do not have physical limitations or restricted by time or space. These benevolent beings are powerful with few weaknesses and not subject to death. Angels have no physical cravings, and they're made up of pure spirit and divine light. I have purchased a few angel books recently, and I think I've brought up before a famous woman has angel cards. She has books. Her name's Doreen Virtue, and I highly recommend this book. It gives facts and information, and what I found is the more that I connect and speak to my angels, then the more I actually feel relieved and light, and it takes away any kind of anxiety for me where I don't feel alone. We all have guardian angels. I've actually been visited by one of mine, and she had white light around her, and she was glowing, and I'm saying she, but angels are non-gender. We do have our own Angels, God, and Me t-shirt, which can be found on my website, maryamyofficial.com. It comes in a small, medium, and large. One thing that we can do while we're home is we can make what's called a vision board. And I've mentioned this before. This is my latest vision board, and I need to do a new one, which is I need to go get a canvas. I usually use a canvas because I don't know, I save them and I like to look back at them. And a vision board is a visual manifestation of your most significant hopes and dreams. It's ultimately what you desire in your life. Now, some benefits can be a celebration of the real you. It's a self-affirming process, and it's a constant reminder of your deepest aspirations. My suggestions is to start by putting a picture in the middle of the canvas, or if you're doing it on a board. This is, I think, 24 by something. But anyway, you can cut out pictures from magazines. You can print out pictures from the internet. I added glitter. I added words. And this is a house that I want to live in, which is my luxury home, and I want to have a sailboat. But you know what? It's actually validating what I want in my life. Now, after you do this, after you make a vision board, my suggestion is that you put it in your room, your bedroom, and you put it in front of a mirror. So the mirror is getting its reflection. And you do that for 2 weeks. And then you take your vision board and then you take it out into the main living space. So you're actually acknowledging that these are the things that you want in your life, and you're saying it's okay. And you're not shaming yourself. It's okay to want whatever you want and be your authentic self and be true to yourself. And it's actually fun and inspiring, and maybe it'll bring up something that you didn't remember about yourself that needed to come forward. And maybe this is a time that we can look at ourselves and acknowledge and not be afraid and love ourselves. I am going to show us a gemstone today, which our gemstone, like I said, as a holistic practitioner, I always let my clients pick a gemstone, but I'm picking the gemstones for us because it's what I don't know, what I feel like I need maybe, and maybe you need it too. This is a love stone. This is a rose quartz, and it's pink. And I'm an empath. This is excellent for empaths. However, it's excellent for anyone. It's a tumbled stone. It has healing properties, and it's a protector. So the meaning of this is this pink rose quartz. It is unconditional love, powerful. It restores trust, harmony in relationships, your heart chakra. I'm a Reiki master, whatever that means, but I'm a Reiki master. And so your heart chakra is right here. So it's great for your heart chakra. It's infinite peace, compassion of joy. It removes negative energy and replaces with loving vibrations. So I'm sending out to everyone these beautiful tumbled gemstones, and I'm wishing everyone love. Thank you for joining me. Please like my Facebook page. I post videos and videos actually every day of the beach. I go down to the beach and I take a video, and then I take a beautiful quote. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter, Mary Amy or Mary Amy Official. Wishing you create light, art, actions of kindness and compassion to clear away darkness, lasting repercussions through a chain of events. With awareness, you can change your focus, your mood, yourself, and your happiness. I'm sending you all out prayers, hope, and love. Blessings.